good, actually.
Tasty.
Don Julio is my favorite tequila.
Cheers once more, everybody.
Yeah, cheers, everyone.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh, you made it that time. Yes,
That's
you did.
it.
Last time I went over,
It's the under trick.
That was dumb.
That's the move.
It's the undercrane.
We're celebrating Eli Cash's birthday today.
Happy birthday, Eli!
Thank you.
Eli Cash in the house.
Oh, no.
Eli Cash.
Eli Cash.
Oh, that's funny.
White Mansion.
White Mansion.
We've done it. You guys are
done it.
here.
Yeah.
Thanks
Can't
for
tell
having
you.
us.
Thanks for having
Thank you
us.
so much.
No, thank you guys for coming. I can't tell you how long I've wanted to do this. Since the first time I saw you guys.
Nice.
And just going right into it, I'm going to tell you guys right now, y'all's album, Human, fucking fantastic.
Oh,
Thank you.
sweet,
Thank you so
man.
much.
Awesome.
We worked so hard on it. So.
There's
like a whole year on it or more.
since the beginning of the year, there's 2 albums I've been jamming. One from this little band in Utah, and you guys. That's
Nice.
really the 2 that I've just
Awesome.
been on rotation.
Fantastic.
What is the band in Utah?
NVM. I don't. I accidentally came across them,
That's the best.
and pretty impressed.
Cool.
But yeah, them and you guys.
Awesome, man.
I'm telling you that album's fantastic.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much.
Thank you.
We loved making it. It was fun.
How what was that? What was the process? How long was that? How long of an ordeal was it? Because you guys have been together for a while, right?
We've been together for about a little more than 2 years, 2.5 years.
I think so.
The songs were brewing with Travis for a while. He had already recorded a few of those songs, and
Yeah,
then
I-
brought them to the band.
I released an EP, I think, in January of 2018.
That
I
sounds
guess.
about
Is that
right.
like when? No, if we've been together, yeah, I guess
That
it would
sounds
be
about right.
around that
Something
time.
like that.
And I released it, and it was like a 5-track song EP. And then afterwards, I decided I wanted to try to make it happen with the whole band because I just like had recorded most of it on my own. So then we got together. We've all been friends for a long time, so it was
What
pretty
really
easy.
made it happen was we were rehearsing in the back of an abandoned Dollar General
Yeah.
for about 6 months, and we really gelled back there.
Nice.
Songs, they have been
Yeah.
evolving ever since.
And ever
since
since,
we
man,
got together on
you know.
day one at Dollar General.
Yeah. They're definitely living their best life on the album for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think it was like an explosion, we got into the studio because we've been brewing these things for so long that it all came out,
Well, and that was the thing, too, because we had, like, several other new songs that we were thinking about taking into the studio, but we had just crafted all the other ones because we had played them so long, and they didn't have a proper recording. So we decided before we went into the studio, we were like, we need to record all these songs that we've worked, like, a year and a half on.
Yeah, because
So,
we
like,
had a whole other album.
Really?
Yeah,
Pretty much,
Pretty much
yeah.
a whole other album that we were going to do that probably would have included maybe a couple from that we actually ended up recording, but for the most part, it was looking like for a minute there that it was gonna be a completely different album.
Yeah, what's cool about that, though, is that we have all those songs still.
Yeah.
that we can, like,
Yeah.
Well,
eventually get,
what made you decide to go with what you did then instead of all the new stuff?
Because I think with like the label and everything, getting on that, and we wanted to do we just wanted to make every song count, banger after banger, like at least in our mind, we wanted to do it all the way. So all the new songs, we had not really worked out some of them, like Human and Clear Your Head being like the single off the album. Those are 2 fairly new songs, and the rest of the songs we had been playing for a long time, and we were really excited about.
And then we
those.
didn't even record for a minute because see, we had 2 singles out before that. One was Scarred,
Right.
and one was Voyeurs, which we've only ever played live one time.
Yeah.
One time we
Yeah.
played it live one time, and then we wrestled. We went back and forth. Well, we want to re-record those. We want to put those on, and And we had so much going on, and we were just like, no, let's do these songs. We need to do those songs justice, and there'll be another album, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ, you guys! I think you guys definitely did it.
Yeah.
That album's fantastic.
Thanks, man.
It's so good.
We tried to make a complete album, when you listen to it. I know it's old-fashioned, to try to make an album, People usually just do singles these days.
That's it.
But
it's the digital age.
We tried to craft an album that had singles, but they flowed together, that kind of thing.
It tells a story, for sure.
That's why we had the instrumental song. Andy made that song, and we were thinking about like how it would be nice because it's kind of a relief to have that like instrumental in the middle of the song. We don't play it, and I don't think we plan on playing it live, but it was like a nice thing for the album to kind of get like
works as an intermission.
Yeah, it's like a nice vibe, kind of chills out for a second, and it's supposed to be kind of moody, and Andy and I love like explosions in the sky and stuff, all like Godspeed You Black Emperor and stuff. So that's kind of what we were vibing on, like when we collaborated on that.
Nice.
So yeah, it's fun.
I was running errands earlier this morning, trying to figure out which track really was my favorite, which just goes to show, I think, how great you guys did as far as making a full album.
Yeah.
Because just like you said, nobody's doing that anymore.
No.
Which I enjoy. I mean, you guys have seen my collection.
Yeah,
just
if you
throw
sit
something
down
on
and
and just...
Yeah, it's when you put that record on.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's because I guess of the loss of the vinyl records, because I mean, you don't get up and switch your records out, you put it on and you listen to every track, you know. Sometimes you listen to like side A and then you pull it off and you put something else on and that sort of thing, but
sure, from time to time.
What was your track? What was the track that was doing it for you this morning?
Man, I have a real hard time. Actually, you have to pull up the song list for me. I don't know the song names by heart, but I know them in order.
Was it let's see, Clear Your Head?
Clear Your Head, nah.
That's the single.
Clear Your Head's good.
Faded.
Amos.
I think it is Faded. Yeah.
I don't even remember the song track list. Now that you say that, I'm like,
it's tough.
I don't remember either. Yeah,
those are at.
But that I do. Even when I'm just listening on my phone or whatever, I just hit it at the beginning and just let it roll through.
Yeah.
Because I like the album.
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
Thanks, man.
That's the whole idea for me. Like it's a mood, I think it is Faded.
A big smeared face up there.
But that's also my favorite one that I've seen you guys do live.
Yeah, it's definitely the most like epic. It kind of captures like all of our styles musically too, because we're not all just like on the same page all the time.
No.
So that song's cool because it kind of encompasses like all of the stuff that we.
It's definitely our final boss song.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Builds.
Yeah, tonight we usually play that song last. But tonight we're not. We're gonna give you like the 1-2 punch of a couple of different things.
Spoilers.
Speaking of, I was very excited about you guys' set list there.
Cool.
Thank you.
I'm pretty stoked.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one,
Yeah. If this will unfortunately this will come out after the show tonight. This will be this coming week, which will be a couple days after. But
cool.
I mean, yeah. If I'm telling anyone listening right now, I can already tell you guys missed a great show.
Or if you saw it, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, one or the other.
That's
if you missed it, you missed out. If not, then you did a good thing.
That's
And
awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Tonight's gonna be super fun in general. Like I have like really high hopes for the Depeche Mode tribute band. I'm excited to see them.
I am too.
I'm like really pumped to see them. I think they're gonna be great.
They aren't they endorsed almost, like
I think so.
there's been a lot of high praise from Depeche Mode.
Yeah, I saw
or
a
something.
quote from Martin Gore that said something, like, I don't know, some high praise that Martin Gore was putting on them, and said if you can't see us, this is the closest thing to us. And I'm like, Martin Gore's a freaking musical genius. So if he's telling you
Yeah.
that you're playing his songs right,
What a
then,
weird concept.
that's so weird. But if he's telling you that, then it is something to it. Now we'll experience that tonight.
Also,
Although I hope they can perform after we burn that stage.
that's,
all the way to
that's
the
going to be
ground.
the trick.
That's right. They might just give up after they. So,
Yeah, that's what
fuck it, we can't go
kind
on
of
this.
expecting that. I'm kind of expecting them to just be like, well, we
Yeah,
can't
that's
follow
it.
it.
That's
Goddamn,
it.
I hope so. That would be awesome.
That is a
we
great.
can tear it down.
That's
You guys are a great match, I think, though, to something like that.
Yeah, man. And we don't get a lot of chances to play shows with bands that we fit really well with, most of the time. With the scene in Arkansas, it's really small in general. So
Yeah.
Illusionaut's great. They've been awesome, and we've switched some shows. Like, they played in Fayetteville. We've played down here a few times with them, and they're awesome. And they fit with the style of what we're doing. And there's
Yeah.
another band in Tulsa called The Secret Post that are pretty similar. But we don't ever get to play with band. We're always playing with, we're having to be kind of picky, and it sucks. I mean, I'll play with anybody, really. But, if you're going to try to fit, a vibe for the night, it's hard for us to have a place, I guess, here in Arkansas. So this is perfect for us tonight.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
As soon as I heard you guys were going to be there, I was like, well, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
There's not really anybody else who would match up as well. So
And give it up. We got to give it up to Chris King at the Rev Room for matching this.
Yeah.
He saw that potential, early on, and talked to us early on and said, "Hey, if I bring these guys in, are y'all down?" And I was like, "Heck yeah, man!"
yeah,
Of course.
But he saw that match, and so I really appreciate that.
yeah.
And the Rev Room is great. I mean, I know people are watching this podcast from all over the world, but you come to Little Rock and go to the Revolution Room, and it's a great club. I can't wait to play there. It's so cool.
One
Great
of the few
atmosphere.
Spots left, really.
Yeah,
That's
vibe is
Yeah.
fantastic in there. So
good.
It's like a nice big, big enough to have a good amount of people. It's good space.
Well, like we were talking earlier too, like you got that pit down there where you can get up on the stage and have a good time.
Right.
But you also got that space where you can just chill out.
Yeah. It's that second. It's the second level up. It's
Yeah.
almost like a stage level.
Yeah.
It's a little bit close to stage level. So when you're sitting on that second tier, you feel like you're just right in the action, but you don't have to be on the floor if you don't want to be. You know?
You can clearly see over everything.
Yeah, I love that.
It's that
And the
chill
big,
vibe.
it's got that
and-
big long bar in the back, and you can chill back there, and then you can still see the whole thing. It's just a great layout for a club.
Yeah.
I'm stoked. We did the showcase there, but I've never played a full set there before, because we did a 15-minute
Yeah,
set
it was
for
a
the
short-
Arkansas showcase thing last year, and we got to play there. And that was the first time I've ever gotten to play there, and it sounded awesome. I'm stoked about it. We always like to play in bigger rooms because we get to have the synth shine. That's always the thing when we play shows. We're like, oh man, if the mix isn't right, we're not gonna. There's so many times we play shows and we're like, we can't hear Andy on stage, and this sucks.
I just go by muscle memory.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. All right.
Well, the synth is a huge part of our sound. So,
It is.
if you
everything.
can't hear it, then it sort of it doesn't diminish it, but it's definitely better if you get it.
Yeah. You guys sound good without it. If you took it away, but that adds that layer that you guys need, At which there's never enough synth
There's
in
never
bands.
enough.
That's how I feel too.
More
I mean,
Yeah.
That's how I always feel.
You should.
you have to
All
say
of
that, right?
I have to.
It's just that's.
I'm the key boy.
That's it.
So, you guys' label Cold Transmission.
Cold Transmission.
How did you end up with a German label? How did that all come to be?
That's really much love. It's Cold Transmission. Right here.
Yeah.
Hey, Andreas and Susie. I know you're going to be watching this at some point. We put out those singles, and I can't remember, but somehow it got picked up on a few YouTube channels. It was out on some different blogs, and it was getting played. Like Scarred was getting played. Like it was really interesting because, you know, we hadn't had much play, and then we put that out, and for some reason it started to resonate with people. And I'd wake up in the morning, and overnight I'd look at my notifications. It was like, you know, getting all of these tags from like Lima, Peru, Mexico City, Portugal, you know, Spain, you know, it was like, and I was like, what is happening, you know? And we were talking about it, what's going on here? And it was pinging off of all these countries, you know, playing on like Mixcloud shows and things like that. Andreas got in touch with us from Cold Transmission, which is a label out of Frankfurt, Germany, and asked us to be a part of they have a Zeitgeist series. And for anybody that likes our music and likes, you know, just good post-punk music, the first place I tell them to go is go on Cold Transmission on Bandcamp and look at their Zeitgeist series. I think there's about, how many are there? Like 6 or 7, or I can't remember how many there are. But basically what they've done is they've sort of like curated, you know, indie, post-punk, dark wave, shoegaze, you know, music, and put them all in one place. And you go there and listen to, you'll hear some of the most incredible bands. He asked us if we wanted to be a part of that, and we were like, yeah, man, you know, we were stoked 'cause there were so many killer bands on there.
That was super rad when that happened too, because it was so early on with us, like recording that song. We did Scarred ourselves,
yeah.
So we recorded all of it on our own and mixed it and stuff. And so when we put it out, we were super proud of it. And then it caught some momentum with that, and we were like on that playlist with like pretty decently sized bands that we were like, I like listened to pretty often before we had been put on the playlist with them. And I was like
actors,
what?
And
the day that it happened, I was like, no way, this is awesome. So we were like on a high for sure on that. And then afterwards is like when we started talking with Andreas
about being on the label, putting out an album with them, and that's been our goal ever since, is to get an album out and get it on the label and get it out. And that's what we did.
You guys did.
Yeah.
I remember. So I think the first time I saw you guys was the Vino show with Illusionant.
Right.
Because I was at the showcase, but we had to jet early. I think we had something going on the next day or something, and they were like, "Oh, you got to check those guys out."
Yeah, we were late. We didn't go on to what, 11 o'clock or something like that. We were like the last band.
Yeah, I think we were like one of the last.
And the crowd was lit. I mean, we had a great time that night. Really good time.
But then, so after I had seen you guys, I was like, "Oh shit!" And that's the first thing I did, was go to find something to listen to, and I found those 2 singles, and I just played them out.
Yeah.
And I was like, "I need more. Where's more,
man?"
There were like a few comments of people saying stuff like that. They're like, "Oh my God, when are you guys gonna make us another song
or something?"
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
what-
we promise.
we promise we're coming. We're
That's
coming.
what I needed.
You know?
I needed it bad."
Coming.
And all the way up until the release of your album, I was just fiending.
Yeah, good. I appreciate
That's
it. Man.
awesome.
I'm telling
That's
you,
awesome.
You guys were so fantastic live, and those 2 singles. I'm telling you, I wore them out.
Nice.
Thank you. That was
Nice.
unintentional. Our plans were to get it out, the album, sooner, but funds and then just the attention to detail that we got a little neurotic about it, you know. But that's the way you make like a good produced album, though, because we like did all the stuff ourselves.
We
Chris
produced
Moore
it,
at
yeah.
East Hall in Fayetteville, he recorded us the whole album, and we kind of helped curate the production and stuff of it, and we got really into it. There would be times I would be at my house recording synth, like soundscape stuff, and I'd be like, "This is gonna be even better." And I would listen to it the next day, and I'd be like, "I'm insane. I need to stop. Like, why am I gonna put this 40th layer on here?"
Yeah.
It's addicting.
That's any
It
art
is.
in general. It's never good enough.
No,
Well,
I can't. Yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, there was that long process, but I mean, the essence, the backbone of that album was really recorded over not very long. Like what, 4 days, 5 days?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, all of the, there were 3 days or something like that where we knocked out song after song after song.
The first initial day, we tracked like the bass and drums
Hold on,
tracked
hold
like.
on. We definitely can't hear you.
Okay.
Let me.
Coming in.
I'm gonna burn my shirt.
I got you covered.
Here, let's just
I got you.
There we go. There you go.
Okay.
Try that.
Speak up, son.
The first day we show up in the studio, we tracked bass and drums. It was like 6 songs and like probably
8 hours.
Oh, I
Or
was
no,
probably,
no,
honestly,
six.
it was like
That's right.
5 or
that
6
first day
hours.
was really short.
yeah, and we did like 2 or 3 takes of each song, and so we knocked out about 90% of that in the first day we were in the studio.
And that's what happens.
That's
when you
because-
have a kick-ass
yeah.
drummer.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you're
Yeah.
insane. That's why.
My
Like,
hands were
that's-
cramping.
Yeah,
up
Eli
by
was
the end.
nailing it, and so we didn't have to go back and like redo anything.
Well, there's plenty of stuff there.
Well,
like I was
yeah,
saying,
yeah,
I
yeah.
did 3. We did about 3 different takes of each song, and I played a song different every single time. Whether
Yeah.
Every single time.
single time, there's always going to be something different that I'm
Yeah.
playing in there.
I don't mean to.
Oh,
I'm
you're
gonna
good.
I'm gonna interrupt this. Now I'm in Travis's face. I'm
Interrupting.
looking at the
Hey man, that's all right.
little bit of.
He's used to it.
You gotta lean on. You gotta get that lean.
Whatever
going.
that means.
Is that better? Does that look alright?
That's for your interpretation.
Check.
It's a
No.
little off.
She don't like it. She don't like
Tell
it.
me what to do. Tell me how to fix it. What do you need?
We need the head of this to go
This
away.
way.
It needs to be lower. Or no, now you're covering his face.
I can't get this right.
And down. Yeah.
You
Maybe.
just sit it on the ground under the desk.
Is that better?
Does that work?
You're covering. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
How's that? Now he can't even talk into it.
Come down
I'm
here.
the-
I'll-
I'm terrible
I'll
at
move
this
down
game.
here.
Yeah, come over
No,
here.
you can.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe it's
go.
better if we do this. Bring
Yeah,
it up
because it
to
might
you.
get out of Andy's.
Nah, it won't be in his.
Just stand up.
Actually, maybe it will be. Who
I'm
knows?
just kidding.
This mic is terrible.
Oh, I got you.
What a disaster!
I have plenty of experience.
Not at
with
all. This
terrible
makes it
mics.
fun.
This is the very first time we've had this many people in here, so it's a little bit of a learning curve.
Is
It's a
that
new
better?
experience.
Which has
Can we
kind of
work in it?
honestly been the story of this whole thing.
It's a learning curve.
A lot of a learning curve.
That's it.
Yeah, for sure. So how long have you guys been doing this whole podcasting?
This spring will be a year.
Okay, cool.
I think we're 30 something episodes in right now.
Yeah, about.
Yeah, roughly.
That's great.
cool.
Something
Nice.
like
I
that.
think this is about to be episode 35, maybe.
Yeah, so
Nice.
mid 30s. It's been a lot of fun. It's been interesting.
Yeah.
A lot. I learned a lot about not only production but how to talk to people,
Yeah.
which was part of the whole idea with the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not very good at it. Never have been.
It's hard. It's weird when somebody presses record too. Like we could sit here
pressure's
at this
on.
table and drink beers and hang out, and it would not be weird at all. But when someone presses record, you're like, oh man, I have to act like a certain.
It's a different-
You know, I'm like,
it's a
what am I
different
doing
deal.
right now with my hands?
Yeah.
You know, it's so silly.
It does make it different. It seems like. I try to make it feel as much like just a chill hangout as
No, it is.
possible.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Like
I'm
with
totally comfortable.
Yeah.
shit like this and just trying to make a cool vibe.
No.
Yeah, for
I
sure
wanna
it
take a
is. It's
bubble
nice in
bath
here.
now.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's what you guys are missing.
We've
That's
got
right.
one of those. We've
Big
got
ass
a
bubble bath.
we've got a big one in there. We can make that happen. That's easy.
That
Actually,
is up
maybe-
Andy's alley right there.
What we should do, our next studio, we should just have a bunch of baths.
Yeah.
And then
There
we'll
you
just
go.
And everybody hang out in each one.
yeah.
No, there
I
should
like
definitely
that.
be a hot tub segment where you're
There you
like just
go.
in the hot tub. You know, you have
Yeah.
just a big boom mic over the top, and
Perfect.
there you go.
That would be great. That's what we should look.
Now let's
into.
get into the hot tub.
Make some notes of that. We're gonna
Let's get into the
we're
hot
gonna do a
tub.
hot tub podcast. It's gonna be good. I don't know. Something.
Well,
crazy.
nobody. Hey, you know that Eddie Murphy celebrity hot tub. Nobody's riffed on that, and that's
Celebrity
a popular
hot
thing.
tub.
Okay, so go back and look at old Saturday Night Lives, and there's a really famous skit that Eddie Murphy would do as James Brown, right?
Oh,
So he's
shit.
James Brown, and the whole thing is called Celebrity Hot Tub. and he's like, of course, he never gets to the hot tub. It's freaking hilarious, and it'll destroy your brain when you see it because you'll be laughing so hard. But nobody's ever riffed on that, so maybe somebody needs to do a celebrity.
I don't think I've ever seen this.
Oh my God.
I definitely have not.
You will.
Some of like the older, like SNL. I mean, of course, like, but
It's definitely a fan favorite
his James
for sure.
Brown though is gonna be ridiculous.
His
for
James
sure.
Brown is just spot on.
Yeah, first of all, Eddie Murphy, holy shit.
Yeah.
Second of all,
James
as
Brown.
James Brown.
There we go. Hot tub man #1. Here we go.
Look at how tiny that hot tub is. Oh my god. Oh, this internet.
Oh god damn it, that's funny.
This internet's terrible.
Yeah, usually when you go full screen, it's worse. So.
Yeah. Here we go.
Sometimes I need to break out in a cold sweat. All the interviews with James Brown, like the real James Brown, are ridiculous.
Dude, that guy's
yeah.
absolutely insane.
He's insane.
And
This is
always
great.
so high.
He's like, here we go.
Oh man, I've never seen this before.
This is too good.
And he never gets in the hot
Yeah,
tub.
I'm gonna get. Yeah, it gets in, but
Okay.
it's a too hot in the hot tub.
His James Brown is so good.
Oh man.
And that's it. That's the whole thing. Well, see, nobody's riffed on that since, so
Yeah.
maybe you could do
Wow.
celebrity hot tub.
We could
man,
do
you
that.
know?
Yeah.
Man, thanks for mentioning that. That was awesome.
That was
There you
I've
go.
never ever seen that before. That
We'll
was
do
so good.
Arkansas celebrity
That's
hot
right.
tub.
Celebrity hot tub. That's it.
That's like the one with the other dude from SNL where he does the song and the whole time it's just the song on SNL.
Oh, Keenan.
Keenan, yeah.
Oh yeah. What up with that?
What up with that?
That's it.
Yeah.
That thing is
That's
an
a good
earworm.
segment,
It will
too.
stick in your head forever, man.
It will.
You know, forever.
It will. That's a.
Who does he
yeah.
never have time for? It's Lindsey Buckingham.
It's always
Yeah, it's Lindsey Buckingham. Yeah. It's Bill Hader.
It's
is
Bill
like,
Hader
Yeah, Bill
as
Hader
Lindsey
as
Buckingham.
Lindsey
He's like,
Buckingham.
He never
He's had,
has
like,
time.
Love you.
Williams and Robert De Niro on there too.
so
That's it. Oh my god.
That's wild.
Jeez. Oh man.
What year is that? Does that say what year it is on there?
It's Jesus. Got to be what, early '80s or something like that, or
83.
Yeah.
83. Yeah. Holy shit. Jesus.
I was
Christ.
hoping that.
19-year-old Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, he was 19 when he was on that.
Dude,
yeah,
that guy, he was on a roll.
Yeah.
19 and he was on SNL already?
I was
Damn,
hoping
that's
He was
wild.
already.
that he was gonna
He was like
redo that.
famous
at that
already.
point.
Yeah, at that point.
Huge. Yeah.
That must be cool.
he-
I'd say so.
That's it.
yeah, right. That he definitely
Yeah.
had it figured out. He had some shit going on. He's doing comedy again, I think now.
Yeah.
Dolomite
he's-
did that on Netflix.
That's right.
you know?
Yeah.
Dolomite
right.
was actually
Yeah.
really funny.
It
I
was,
liked
yeah.
it. It was really good.
We just hosted Saturday Night Live this before Christmas, something like that.
Who did?
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. Yeah, I think he's back in the game.
I think so.
Yeah, Dolomite. Was
He
it
should be.
Yeah, it's about
Dolomite's
time.
my name, or I can't remember what it was. It was a Rudy Ray Moore thing he did.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, it was really
good.
good.
It is good.
Yep.
Pretty funny. Eddie
I was
Murphy.
pretty impressed.
I had no idea that was even coming out. It just popped up Netflix one day, and I'm like,
But I think
"God
he's
damn, got a
doing-
new movie.
He's doing. I think he's going to do a stand-up thing, like
I
a
had heard
stand-up set.
rumors.
Which I was thinking about this a couple months ago. We were talking about me and a couple people were talking about Eddie Murphy, and Eddie Murphy did those. He did these 2 stand-up specials probably back in the '80s. One was Delirious,
then
and the other
Raw.
one was
Was it Raw?
Raw, yeah, Raw.
And of course, they're, about the best stand-up you could ever imagine. And then nobody's ever really seen him do stand-up since.
Well, he was
sort of
still
left at the
so
top of the
young
game,
then,
you know. And so it's got to be kind of like, you got to be kind of nervous about that because you're going to come back after all this time. You got to be good, you know, because he left on top, you know. So that would be
I
nerve-wracking
kind
for
of
me,
feel like
you know.
that's part of the reason that he didn't do it for so long, because he was such a
Maybe,
huge
yeah.
comedy star, then became such a gigantic movie star.
That's it, you know.
And then he had so much money. Who the fuck even cares?
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it's the same. I feel like it's the same way with. He's not as cool in some regard, but Adam Sandler. When I was younger,
Yeah.
he did all of these movies. Kind of had the same path as him. Honestly, he was on SNL and he did that, and then he fell off and did some of the worst movies, in my mind.
But he would peek out.
But the new ones, like Uncut
Punch
Gems, that
Drunk.
movie kicked ass. That was
I haven't
awesome.
seen that, but I've heard a
You
lot of mixed
should.
reviews.
So it's crazy. It's really intense the whole time. It's like you're like, oh my God, why do you keep screwing up this whole time? It's just like on top of he gets like a break for a second, his character, and you're like, oh, you're relieved. And then he does something else that's super fucking stupid, and you're just like, you're insane. So the movie's good though. His acting in it is great.
The previews
Super
look
cool.
great, but
It is.
another one I haven't had a chance to see.
It's really good.
Well, he always had those anytime he had a serious role, like Punch Drunk Love, it was just like
That movie was
He
awesome.
was awesome. He's
Mhm.
incredible.
Spanglish.
I forgot about that one. Oh my God.
I think that's another one of those though. He had such a good run in the beginning. How do you live up to that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
God.
Anything you're gonna do from there is almost downhill automatically. The mountain doesn't keep going up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
a peak at some
absolutely.
point.
I always wondered what would have happened to Farley.
Oh man, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was great.
That's why
Chris Farley was the man.
drugs will get you, man. That shit'll fuck you
I
up.
mean, I watched this thing. He
you
had
up.
I think it was an 80% blockage in his arteries at the time of his death, and he was in his 30s, right? Early 30s, something like that when he died.
Yeah, 80%
Yeah.
blockage and a huge cocaine habit.
So, I
will
mean,
put
if-
you on the
If
sidewalk.
the drugs didn't
Yeah.
get him, I'm sure.
I'm not
the
trying
heart
to make
attack-
light of it,
Oh,
but,
yeah.
but
Put your finger over a water hose and see what happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
yeah,
exactly
it's a bad
yeah.
deal.
That's death.
Oh, and he
Yeah.
was fucked up all the time
All
too
the
at the
time.
end.
All the
Yeah,
time,
pretty
yeah.
bad, pretty bad.
But that's
Apparently he didn't like to be alone. He hated being alone.
Yeah.
That's
I hate
another
being
thing
alone,
too.
too.
Like how much of that drug habit comes from, with that fame. You know what I mean? Because
For sure.
at
Yeah.
some point, people expect you to be that wild and crazy dude
Yeah.
constantly.
Yep.
Yeah,
Man,
and just
have
being
you
able
guys-
to stay awake, and stay amped and stay up for people and that
Well,
sort of thing.
Yeah,
because
man.
of
Everybody,
rock.
Of course, highly addictive. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I
they
mean,
expect everything
yeah.
from you. They're like, oh, you got to be the funny guy.
Yeah.
that's why you're
Entertain
who
us,
you are
clown.
all
That's
the
it,
time.
you know.
Yeah.
Dance, monkey.
Man, I don't know if y'all saw that video. I think it was David Letterman where he came out and he came out from the top. It's amazing.
Oh, the insane
And he's
entrance!
dancing
Yes.
the whole time and
That's
doing
crazy.
cartwheels and stuff. And then he sits down and he's like, he couldn't breathe. You're like, I mean,
Yeah.
I get it. I do the same thing. If I tried to do that, I'd be so out of shape.
You're also
And you don't weigh
half of his
350
size.
pounds.
Yeah, I might be a third of his size.
yeah.
And I'd still be
true.
dying. And then he got up and did it again, right? I
Well,
think.
he's
It
Yeah,
was
yeah, it
he
was like a
so
thing, yeah.
Agile.
Yeah.
He was so agile for how big he was.
That's it.
he was a Beverly Hills Ninja.
No, that's it. Yeah. Exactly.
I can't tell you how many times I watched that as
I
a
know.
kid.
Oh,
Jesus
movie
Christ.
rules.
Beverly
I haven't seen it in a long time,
That
and I wish
scene.
I could.
That scene where he's climbing
Oh,
up the
fuck.
palm tree, and then that What is it?
Everybody was kung fu
No.
fighting.
It was that.
Yeah.
She's just swinging on this palm tree, and it's the funniest damn thing I've ever seen. Still to
Nice.
this day.
That's a good track too.
Oh, so good.
It's so good.
What is that song? We
I can't-
looked this up not too long ago and listened to
I
it.
think you're thinking of the Enigma song.
What is that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Enigma. Yeah.
That was the one.
Yeah,
but in
yeah,
the same
yeah.
night,
That was a
we also
spot-on
listened to the
impression,
other,
Andy, of Enigma.
whatever that song is from Beverly
You'll
Hills
have to
Ninja.
forgive my Aborigines cover song
Yeah.
voice. I'm a little sick.
Andy's sick
It
tonight.
seemed pretty
Yes.
spot on.
Andy's not going to be
I think you did a
singing
great job.
Thank you.
any
It seemed like
backups
he was going
tonight.
to the
Crowd.
no woos.
Original.
He's not going to be singing any backup tonight. That's for sure.
Enigma would be okay with it, I think.
That's it.
Thank you, Enigma.
Oh my God.
Whatever they're doing now.
Peace out, Enigma.
What is I don't even know what song you guys are talking about.
Oh man, it's
It's
Something like
Is it
that.
the oh no?
What's
what
it
was
from?
The stupid What was it that we were talking about?
probably from like the Secret Garden or something.
She'll
No,
look it
Andy,
up.
you were
Yeah,
the
yeah.
If
whole
you give her-
reason
just
we
give her
talked about
something
the
to-
Enigma song was because it was your favorite song.
Give her something to bite on. She'll look it up.
Why are you confused right now? Because
Wait,
you're
wait,
the
wait.
one that it's your song.
Have you
Return to
Return to Innocence? That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Innocence?
What is it from though? It's like from a certain movie,
man,
right?
Oh yes, it was from Man of the House. That
Jonathan
Chevy
Taylor
Chase-
Thomas?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
okay.
believe so. Where they were in.
And hey,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do an
Native
interesting
American.
tie-in. Here's a separation thing.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, that's it.
The drums in that is the funky drummer Clyde Stubblefield, who
Fatback
was James
Groove.
Brown's drummer, and we
Oh,
just watched
shit.
Celebrity Hot Tub.
Full circle.
Oh,
Full
shit.
circle, man.
The most
It all
sampled
comes
drum beat
around.
on the
Sample
planet.
drum beat on the planet. I'm pretty
It
sure
all
that's
comes
what
full
that is.
circle.
Chris Farley danced to it one
Or something
time
close,
in a club,
you know.
I'm sure.
I'm not sure.
Fatback Groove, that's what that is.
I think it's that. I
You
think
guys
it's that. I
will
think
know
it's that
this.
one.
You guys will know
Oh
this.
yeah, I know exactly what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
I don't know.
It's got
that I do.
like a flute or something in there.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh man,
I'm pretty sure this was.
Is this the
from-
original video?
I don't know, but
Surely not.
It should be. I mean,
It should be.
it's fitting.
The
too.
mountains.
hey, yeah.
Oh,
This
It's amazing
goddamn
that-
internet.
it's just the lyrics. Just,
Are there lyrics?
Oh,
Isn't
yeah.
it just a lot of
So it's, like,
No,
throat
it's
noises?
she sounds like Sade or something like that, right?
yeah.
it is, isn't it?
There you go.
It's like a bastardized version of it, but I think it's the same.
I like how they put the words on there to trail off.
Is that it,
So
or is
it's,
it?
it's a bit more straightforward because the
That's
fatback
actually-
groove, it kind of leaves
That's
off the
actually
snare
more.
on
Oh,
It's
That's
like a mix
more,
between
uh,
Dido and Sade.
It's that
Yeah.
freaking Led Zeppelin song.
Oh,
Yeah.
What is this?
Levee
Is
breaks.
amazing.
the. Okay, yeah,
It's
when
when the levee
when the
breaks,
levee
yeah.
breaks.
What
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
fuck?
That's some sexy
I
ass
thought that guy
horses
was
right
naked
there,
at
man.
first.
I thought so too. It was like a horse was either huge or that was a child. I couldn't tell. Like it was
Oh my
confusing.
Oh, the penguin.
Penguin.
There's penguins, there's horses. Where the fuck are we listening to this?
I don't know. I feel like I'm.
This is a world music.
There's
This is what we need to
dandelions,
send to space.
sunflowers. Yeah, that's what we need to send into
Yeah,
space.
press
for
this
sure.
on a record and send it to the Martians. This is us,
This is
guys.
the worldly song.
Also, check out the font styles.
Styles.
It's like a
I don't know
Hallmark
whose video
card.
this
yeah.
is, but it's maybe too much.
Yeah.
How did we get here? You know, like and
James
this
Brown.
is
Eddie Murphy's
this
James
is
Brown.
us though.
It's
Like
like,
we're
Listen, this
What-
room.
we're a bunch of goofballs,
We have to
man.
make it to the higher part. Well,
There
No.
you go.
Okay. Wait, we have to make it to the higher part. I believe this is
Seahorses.
So we're waiting for that moment.
it. Right here.
That's it, man.
Okay.
I love
totally
that
think
you knew exactly where it was at.
Dude,
Yeah,
You're
that
like
is spot
2
on.
minutes and 31
Enough of that.
seconds. That's
on
gonna
my
get high.
Spotify top 3.
No, it is
That's your
not.
top 3.
Probably.
That's it.
That's
Jesus.
amazing.
Maybe top 5.
This sounds like something you'd listen to while you were like skiing.
Dude, this is every
Or in a
time.
bubble bath.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'd totally be in a
Okay.
bubble bath.
Now it all makes sense.
That's my bubble bath.
Little candles.
Yeah,
little
but if you're in the bubble
bubbles.
bath with your honey, listening to the Age
Yeah,
of
bubble
Innocence,
bath
that's a little
playlist.
I
creepy.
do.
That's a little creepy.
What's on the bubble bath playlist
Oh my
besides his
God.
jam?
Well, there's a lot of Enya.
Yeah.
You said that in a bad way, though.
Yeah.
It's
no,
awesome.
no, not.
You
A lot
could-
of Enya, a lot of.
You got some Moby?
Enigma.
I love
Anytime
Moby.
you say
I do need to
Enya,
add
you
that,
need to put
though.
Moby in
Kind of
there.
have a little Moby
Man,
on
Moby's
there.
Play album is one of the best albums. That album rules.
there. To make love to.
So
I'm
that
a
was
fan.
probably like the one of the first 3 albums that I got that I hadn't listened to previous. That I
Yeah.
was like, well, I'll check this record out. Bought it, put it on. It was like, oh fuck!
It's
Like,
so
what
good.
have I been missing?
Man, all those all the samples he uses, all that like bluesy stuff, it's so good. The album kicks ass.
Well, I mean, and he started like a whole ordeal with that. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Oh,
There
yeah.
wasn't really anybody doing shit like that previous.
No, I know. And like the first song he ever got popular from, he used the theme from Twin Peaks
Yeah.
and did
Really? I
DJ.
didn't know that.
So yeah, it's like a.
What's that song? That's well, I
It's-
know exactly.
It's
what
rad.
It is.
It's like the intro to Twin Peaks, and he cut it up, and it was like the first single I think that he got popular on.
He got
And it's cool. I mean, it's not as cool as the intro, I think, because that intro to Twin Peaks is badass. But
He also was in like the best groove for somebody in that position, like to get like so much play commercially.
yeah,
I don't think there was as many people getting, especially in that genre. You know, that kind of electronic-y, weird.
yeah. No, he like blew up. He fit into a lot of like. I remember he was in Gone in 60 Seconds. I remember that's how like when I was young. I mean, 'cause
Jolie,
I was
Nicolas Cage.
old Nick Cage.
Oh, I thought you were still talking about Moby, and I was like, he was gone in 60 seconds.
No, I mean I am.
You
I was
remember
talking about
Moby driving the
but-
cars?
Yeah, he stole all the cars, man.
I would have.
Moby the car thief.
It was him and Nick Cage
Yeah.
stealing all the cars.
Man, I wish.
No, his song. It was the one the oh Lordy now.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was that one. It was one of them. That
I just remember
Song
that
kicks
video
ass, though.
so vividly. He was just like walking through. It was really rainy outside, and he was just walking through rain.
I don't think.
Sounds lame.
It was
Well, no,
raining.
that-
and
like
it was
that,
just-
but
When I think of a Moby song, that's all I think of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's
somebody
makes
walking
sense.
through rain.
Yeah.
No.
Like, if Moby was like, "Make my video."
Yeah, I don't think I could-
Right?
Whatever
Tell me
that
it's
one
not
is.
raining right now.
That's it.
I'm going over
If
here.
you do, you're a liar.
wanna hear. No, no.
That's such a good album.
It really is.
And he was an
I
early
think it's-
investor in Whole Foods.
Really?
Yep.
So many.
Yeah,
Moby
And he's
songs.
made a lot of money off of that. Yeah.
Oh, at this point, Jesus Christ.
That's it, man.
Even Little Rock has a Whole Foods.
Yeah. I remember his MTV Cribs, and it was probably the lamest one. Like, if you could look at all of, because they had like, you know, a ton of rappers and like they're in like pop boy band stuff, and they're like in these huge houses, and then they went to Moby's flat like in New York City, and it was like it was just lame.
That was
I mean,
very-
it was
very
like so
plain, yeah.
minimal,
Yeah.
and I mean now looking back, it was like kind of like Scandinavian looking. It was simple, it was cool. But no one wanted to see it. And he was like, of course he didn't have a cool car. It's Moby. He probably had like a Prius or something. I don't
Let's
know.
be honest. Any
'Cause
place in New York isn't going to be that exciting.
That's, yeah.
It's just shoeboxes.
Unless you're
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
way up in the
Yeah.
Unless
unless
you're,
you're
like-
like
Unless-
super wealthy.
Unless you
Yeah.
own a
shoebox.
building.
Yeah,
Unless
yeah.
you own a building.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
not.
tight. It's
Yeah.
tight. That's for sure.
I remember one part of it. He was out on his like the top of his building, and he had like a little garden or something. And he was like, and I know that person that lives over across the way. And it's like, all right, cool, Moby. Like, what are you talking about?
Show us your
Weirdo.
whips. Where's your whips, Moby?
Great, Moby. We all
There's
know
my
neighbors.
Yeah,
Prius.
it's like, cool, that guy's your neighbor. I think it was some guy that, like, he was like a manager for someone, but it's like, okay. That's old Bobby.
Nice.
Like, all right.
Name dropping Moby.
San Pellegrino.
Those are my favorite.
So good.
And those, it seems like those tangerine strawberry ones are the hardest to find. I don't know why.
Because they're the most popular, man. They sell out
It may
really
be.
fast.
That
There's
may
a
be the case.
tangerine strawberry. Is that what this one is? Right
Try
here?
it. Try it. Try it.
God.
They're
So
so
good.
I just had
Delicious.
They're
I
the
love
best.
sparkling water. It's so good.
Sparkling
Always.
water's good. Though I'm telling you, you will get addicted to those though.
Yeah, they're very good.
They're my
I'm
favorite.
excited. I'd
And
rather
I-
be addicted to this than
I can't get enough of them. But yeah, cold
that first
transmission.
soundbite?
That was that's a crazy. I was surprised, like a German label. That's not something that, especially a band from around here. You guys,
yeah.
I don't even think we've talked about that. You guys
Yeah,
are
we-
Fayetteville.
Yeah.
locals.
Yeah.
You guys
We're
are
in-
actually from around here.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
from Fayetteville.
How did the whole thing get started? You said you guys knew each other for a while, but
Yeah.
What was
We
the-
played in other bands together, the three of us,
Yep,
and
for
Dusty. We had never, and Seth, our bass player that's not here right now. We had all played together at some point, and we were all from the same little town outside of Fayetteville, in Harrison, Arkansas, which is super small. Which is pretty.
Harrison.
Yeah, we're from Harrison. Which
Really?
is pretty nuts. Yeah, I was born and raised there, and I've known Andy for like over a decade. Almost as well with you.
Yeah,
We've-
I've been there like 11 years.
Yeah.
I moved up from the Missouri area, Kansas City, Missouri area. So
yeah, and we played.
I don't even know how I met Travis. Probably through Dezo Fest, something like that, or somewhere around there. But I just
Yeah.
remember one afternoon, like sitting at like a pizza place and drinking beer out on the porch.
Yeah.
And we talked music for like a couple of hours.
Yeah, it was really the first time I'd ever met you, and I was working on this White Mansion stuff. Actually, I was like actually at the place, hanging out, like drinking some beers and doing some mixing stuff on some like preliminary recordings that I was doing. And Dusty showed up with some friends, and we ended up talking for like 2 hours.
Yeah, and those dudes left.
Yeah, your friends left, and like we were
We're like,
like just
"See ya,
kind of
man."
riffing off some ideas. And then after we started getting it going, I hit Dusty up, and I was like, "Man, we should make this happen." And then we all kind of like started doing it, and it was supposed to only be a show. That was like the intention. We were gonna play our friend. He for his birthday in Harrison, he always throws this festival, and it's called Dezo Fest, and his name is John Dezort.
Yeah, everybody
So-
calls him Dezo, and we were going to play that one. That was what we were going to do. We were just going to play that show, but then we ended up playing another.
Yeah, we were trying to blow it
Yeah.
the fuck out. Like we were gonna try to be as like professional as we could. We had like visuals and everything,
All
and we
original
worked
songs and
so hard on it. And it's an outside venue, and literally like 10 minutes before we were about to fucking go on, a storm rolled in. And they
Yeah.
shut it down. And so we didn't think we were gonna get to play, but we like weirdly went and played at this climbing gym. Like
it ended up being rad, man. So
Yeah.
fun.
it was
Yeah.
so
We
weird.
played with another band that's not around anymore called Youth Pastor, and they were so good. I
They're
mean,
also from
they're
Fayetteville.
they're from Fayetteville, and they were one of our favorite bands when I wish they were still playing because they were phenomenal. And we played there at that gym, and it was sort of like a legendary sort of thing, you know, where everybody coalesced there, and we played till early in the morning. It was great.
Yeah.
It was like
They-
magical, you know. It was like a magical thing.
they showed up, and then they said it was canceled. And so it's
Yeah,
like,
that's
it's
right.
like, well, we
Yeah.
got to play something. They just drove an hour and a half to come play a show that's not even.
Oh
gonna
yeah,
happen
So we
anymore.
quickly-
did.
shit.
They drove like 2.5 hours
Yeah.
and literally pulled up, and they're
And
like,
well, it's canceled.
They're
Yeah.
canceling it, you know. But the whole day had gone off. They had already had hours of music up until that point. We were the last two bands that were supposed to
Yeah.
play. But it was great because it was like one of those DIY things where everybody got together, and because everybody was disappointed at the fest that the fest was getting I don't know if they were disappointed not to see us because they didn't know who the hell we were or anything like that.
Yeah.
Or youth pastor, but we're like, we need to keep going, And so we quickly called up a guy and said, "Hey, man, do you think everybody can come over there? There's going to be a whole festival come to your place." And he was like, "Come over." Chad Watkins at the Elevate climbing gym. He says, "Yeah, man, y'all come over." And this was like 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock we started.
Yep.
And it was pouring rain, and we just had a big old party there until early in the morning.
Dude, it was
wacky.
great.
It was.
It was
Yeah.
wacky
It was
and weird.
Like the
and
weirdest
It was like
show.
minimal equipment, just like those kind of shitty 2 PA speakers with that
it.
7-channel old
But it was so intimate.
PVXR
too.
Yeah, it was
700C
great.
mixer.
It was
Yeah.
awesome.
yeah, we had a blast.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And
then
people
we had
were
some-
getting fucked up
Yeah.
and climbing. It was like a wild thing.
yeah,
Everything
yeah.
was weird.
There
We
you
were
go.
like,
It was a wild
we're in like
show,
a
man.
playhouse right now, and this
Yeah.
is like kind of the dopest place I've ever played. I thought it was amazing.
That kind of turned it into a thing, and we played there
That's right.
a
We
couple
played there.
times after.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
next
people
year
had
they
so
had
much
an
fun. They
after
kept
party.
asking,
That's
"What?
right.
What? Let's do it again." And so
Yeah, that's it's crazy that you guys do that. Drive all the way down here and then have to split afterwards. That's
I know it's
too much.
it's
I
the
have
nature of the beast.
actually I got a ridiculous thing tomorrow. I got to drive all the way up to Columbia,
Oh, that's a really long drive.
and then
man.
I got to turn
Damn.
around and come back because I got shit going on Monday. So, I guess that's just the way it goes.
Well, you
When you
feel
got
it.
shit going on, you got to move around, right?
Yeah, that's what's up. I mean, I have some stuff I have to do tomorrow. I'm in school, so I'm studying. I have an exam, so I'm so cool.
What are you studying?
I'm studying civil engineering at the University of Arkansas.
Fancy.
Yeah, man, I'm almost done. That's why I'm moving down here. That's why I was
He's gonna-
talking to you. I'm moving to Little Rock in June, so
Yeah.
we'll have
He's
to
going to
hang
be
out.
able to calculate your concrete.
Yeah.
And your
I already
load
can.
weights. And
Just so you guys know.
Fancy.
That's
It's
it.
the lamest thing. It's not a cool thing. I went into school thinking that would be fun, and then it's like the most boring thing. But
That's usually how that works.
it is, yeah. I thought I was like engineering. That's gonna be sweet, and then, well, I just know the unit weight of concrete.
that's it. That's it.
Yeah, most engineering, I imagine, is probably pretty boring.
It is.
Same thing with
Math
architecture. Like that
equations.
seems like it would be real
Yeah.
fancy, but I imagine that's probably actually not.
A lot of it's like not. Yeah, it's not as cool as you think it would be.
We got a jet.
We
Y'all
got
gotta
a
make some
jet.
shit happen.
We got a jet because we got to go grab some dinner before we head to the club.
Yeah.
Oh,
What are
got
we? What are we
free
eating?
Food, stickies.
Chicken.
Stickies,
Chicken fingers.
chicken fingers.
It's gonna be good. We
gonna
eat
eat
there
so many
every time
fingers.
we're in Little Rock now.
Every
The last like 4 times.
So,
Well, I
yeah.
think they are kind of sponsoring us. The last 2 times we got food because Chris,
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's the one that has
Set us
helped-
up.
Yeah,
That's his
set us
jam.
up with shows.
it's a good
So-
place. It's chicken wings without the wings,
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you can't go wrong.
Great chicken.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
Big old salad.
Yes. Yes.
Well, yeah, human. I'm telling you guys. So far, that's my pick for album of the year.
Hey,
We'll-
dude.
we'll see.
Wow, that's high
Yeah.
praise.
Yeah.
We'll
Thank
see
you.
how it plays out, but
Yeah.
I'm
It's running
I'm-
strong right now.
Yeah, I'm 3 weeks in and still can't quit listening to it.
Awesome. Well, hopefully we'll
yeah.
get it a broader. It's playing a lot all over. So hopefully it'll just keep growing and growing and growing
There's
and
like
find more fans.
2 or 3 new radio stations a week that's picking it up on a playlist.
Yeah, pretty
Some-
much.
They
from
should.
somewhere
Yeah.
different.
They should
More
be.
different.
We hit Japan, I think, like a
Yeah,
couple
we were in
weeks
Japan
ago.
a couple
That's-
weeks
you know,
ago.
I didn't
That
know
was
about
good.
that.
Yeah.
It's real rad.
How about that?
Such a
Yeah, that
cool
was a
spot.
new. That was a new one.
It
Yeah,
was.
that's awesome though.
Yeah.
Getting some good reviews and yeah, it's been great.
When we get
Fantastic.
the vinyl done, we'll have to give you a vinyl to add to the collection.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm so excited to get
We're
my
gonna
hands
have
on
a
vinyl.
release party probably in April if we can get it together. So you'll have to come up. You guys will have to come up.
Yeah.
Well, we hadn't really figured out where we were gonna have it yet, but we wanted to do it when we got vinyl in, and then we wanted to have a big party and
Celebrate.
get a couple of bands together, celebrate, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
for sure.
Play a show.
VOV on the 20th of March.
Yeah, we're playing Yeah, this comes out. We're playing VOV, the Valley of the Vapors Festival, on the March 20th.
Hot Springs. Yeah,
Yeah, we play it.
That'll be rad.
We play at Maxine's for that festival.
It's a Friday, right?
Yeah,
When we play.
but if you haven't, for any of your viewers, if you haven't seen the list of bands that are playing at VOV this year, I mean, you got to get to that thing. I mean, it's incredible what Bobby pulls down there.
I have not stopped listening to that playlist.
playlist
Dude,
is-
the bands are killer.
is killer.
All
Who do they
from
got?
there's
I
a
can't-
few countries,
like,
different countries too that they're playing.
A couple
Really?
of a couple of bands
See
that
what you can find.
a couple of bands that
Am I looking?
that we're keyed
Valley of the
into.
Vapors. Valley of the Vapors. See if you can find that
VOV, Valley
yeah.
of the Vapors.
in Hot Springs.
Kareen.
They're from
There's a band
Philadelphia,
that
I
we're
think.
kind of a band called the Foreign Resort. They're from Copenhagen. There's a couple bands from London.
Some
There's
Canadian
only
bands.
there's only 3 bands from Arkansas that are playing. All the rest of the bands are from all over the world.
Holy shit.
And that they put it on down there. It's a fun event. We're stoked to be playing.
Hot Springs has a lot going on, like more than
Yeah.
what most people
Yeah.
think. It's pretty crazy.
These are bands that are going from that are all either coming or going from South by Southwest. So
yeah.
there's
you got it.
amazing. A lot of bands that you might not have even heard of.
Look at that visual.
That is really sweet. That visual.
That's
The
really
band
rad.
Corridor, I don't know where they are at on this, but they're from Canada, and it's kind of like the band Television a little bit, like the old school, like Marquee Moon Television. They have like really quirky guitar stuff, and the lyrics are mostly in French, and it's really cool.
It's at the
And
low.
so I'm super stoked to see that.
I mean, you'd be really shocked. You're like, wow, this happens in Arkansas. It's definitely the biggest indie music festival in Arkansas for sure. You know,
Dude, those guys, they have so much going on down there. Like the St. Patrick's Parade is always really big.
this is
too.
that week, the week after. I mean, the weekend after that, and it happens over a couple of days. And what's kind of cool about it is that they do these pop-up shows during that time too. So like, you get on a list and you'll get a text message, and it'll say like, such and such is playing at the Waffle House at 10 o'clock.
Oh shit.
And then they'll like clear out the Waffle House, and this band sets up there and plays for like 30 minutes, and then disassembles and leaves. And if you go, you'll see the band, and it's over. You know,
That's crazy.
Or I
It's
think-
really cool.
I remember Dylan Earl played in an alley at one point.
Yeah.
It's like a pop up in an alley, you know, and that's all part of this festival. Keith Morris from the Circle Jerks and Black Flag, he's reading from his book there on Saturday. Which
So nuts.
I'm so stoked
That's
to go
so
hear
crazy.
him. I mean, he's a
Holy
musical
shit.
idol of mine, so I'm like really, really excited to see him. You know,
Dude, that's so
Um,
rad.
so there's lots of cool stuff going on.
And it's not expensive. It's like so reasonable. And like the since we're playing, like we're gonna go down and stay, but I'm staying like the whole time.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think,
staying
right?
the whole weekend because
Well,
there's so much going on.
I'm going back up to Fayetteville on Sunday because the other entity that you can't see probably in here, my fiance and I, we love Daniel Romano. Have you ever listened to Daniel Romano? I saw that you like Ryan Adams. And you like you like that like kind of alt country stuff a little
yeah.
bit. You should check him out. He's from Canada as well. He's playing at Smoke and Barrel in Fayetteville, and he's kick-ass. He has an album called Modern Pressure, and he did everything on it himself, and it's unreal. It's
Is
like,
he playing at Smoke and Barrel?
yeah, you should come. It's like very like 60s kind of rock and roll, but also he changes. It's cool. It's like every album he's kind of like taking on like a new kind of persona and like sentiment like on how he's writing music. Killer. But I'll talk to you about, like, I'll show you some
Yeah.
stuff. It's really good.
Yeah, I'm definitely
He's
gonna
killer.
check that out.
But that's going to be a crazy weekend for Arkansas. That's what's always badass about South by Southwest, because every band, is
It's
just
coming
like
through.
traveling
Yep.
through to go to Austin. And really there's not a whole lot of other options to like travel through. Like when you get to the Midwestern area, there's not a lot of places to play. I mean, there are, but it's like few and far between. You kind of just have to hit the interstates.
They
So
need to.
a lot of people come through Arkansas, which is awesome.
They need to have us play a pop-up show at a Dollar General somewhere.
Yeah.
That'd be
You
great.
know what I mean?
I miss the Dollar General.
Me too. I wish we had that.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Indefinitely.
Yeah,
Now it's a Mexican restaurant.
that's a Mexican
The
The
restaurant.
Dollar
just-
General's a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A huge Mexican restaurant.
Jesus.
We need to
I mean,
hit
the
up
reverb
the Dollar
in there was
Tree.
insane. It was insane.
Yeah.
I mean, we sounded like Jesus and Mary Chain in there. It was so cacophonous, you know. As
Is
far
it
as,
just the metal building? The old.
yeah, it's a huge,
The
like
empty
just a
metal.
big
Completely
old
empty.
Dollar General that had nothing in it.
Nice.
You
Well,
know,
all the walls were stripped. So
the
it was
walls were
just
stripped,
all the,
insulation hanging
insulation.
out all over.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm looking for.
That was it. It was
Filthy.
awesome.
It
was
was
great.
terrible.
loved it.
was so. Yeah, it was really good.
Had a little sink in the back, and we
God.
dumped a couple of bags of ice in there, and put beers in there for our
Perfect.
cooler, and we play. And
And the first time we ever played Dreaming on our album, it's on Human. The first time we ever played that and went into that first note, it was sonically so fucking loud. I don't know what it was about the
Yeah.
space, just because it was like the
So open.
the
I
acoustics. It was
Yeah.
so open, and there was so much
was-
like real room reverb that it felt like
a
I
weather
felt like
system.
My Bloody Valentine or something.
Yeah,
That's what
it
I
was
ever
just
listened to. I was
concrete.
like, oh my god,
It's
this
just
is
like concrete
intense.
and metal. That's all it was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's like the loudest combination.
like
of,
an acre of concrete.
So and
Yeah.
we're like
Metal,
really
you know.
nerdy, so we kept playing it over and over
Yeah,
again
of
because we're
course.
like, oh, it sounds so dope.
Like you should.
And
yeah, it was a moment.
I-
It was
we-
like really
and this
nice
is exactly
for us.
this will key you into this. If you listen to the album, there's a song. The last song on the album is called "Lizard Queen,"
Yeah.
and there's a part at the very end where it's just like this big down thing that just sort of like a sort of punctuation at the end of the song. And if you listen to it, you'll hear it.
Retardondo.
Literally, the reason why we have that is because I think we wanted to hear that big giant reverb sound in the Dollar General, and we did it like
For
that
sure,
in there.
yeah.
We kept doing it, and then it just stuck, you know, because we wanted to hear that big sound. That was it.
Story
Keep
of
it
my life.
going.
So
Keep
thank
that
you,
sound
Dollar
going.
General.
Yeah.
Dollar General, I
Yeah.
think, played a big part in writing the end of that song, you know, for sure. You know.
Never enough reverb.
That's it. Not
Never.
enough,
Do you
man.
hear that, Dollar General? just in case you want to throw us some money.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, let's get a
Dollar
D&G
General want to
sponsorship.
sponsor White
Yeah.
Mansion.
Please.
So-
That-
Yeah, let's get a
That's it.
D&G bus.
That's it.
We'll go
Oh
on
my
tour.
God, please.
That's it. Hook us up with a.
Come true.
It'll be a yellow school bus
Yeah.
with just Dollar General
That's it.
written on it.
Man,
Well,
awesome.
tell us where to go. Tell us where to get the album.
You can go on to coldtransmissionmusic.com. You can go to whitemansionmusic.com. You can go to White Mansion on our Bandcamp. That's the most effective way.
Yeah.
Go to White, and there's a bunch of webs. I saw there's stuff from everywhere. There was some website I couldn't even read, but I saw our album on there the other day. Some language I didn't even
It's
recognize.
all on
Hopefully
YouTube.
we're getting that
Yeah.
money from
iTunes
like
and-
they're like,
Yeah.
we're just
All-
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
on anything.
On
the
every
easiest,
stream
the easiest
platform.
way is to go to White Mansion on Bandcamp, and we're tied in with Cold Transmission. So it's just the process right there. You can we've got a digipack on there right now for CDs. That was designed by Max Freeman. It's a beautiful
Yeah, real bright.
gatefold, digipack. Then there'll be vinyl on there in the
Vinyl
next
coming
month
soon.
and a
I'm
half.
So stoked.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
stoked.
The
Yeah.
vinyl is gonna be the test pressings. You heard it
I got a
earlier.
little
That was the
preview.
first
Yeah.
time we got to hear it as
Yeah.
well.
Oh
So,
my
because
God.
Dusty got it in the mail the
A
other
couple
day,
of days
so
ago.
that's why we were excited to listen to it. It sounds
Oh,
really
it sounds so good.
So
I'm,
we're
just
excited
so stoked
that.
about it.
I mean, I'm such a vinyl nerd anyway.
That's it.
I can't wait. I cannot wait at all.
Well, as soon as we get them in, we're going to have that big party, and they'll be available for everybody there for sure. And we're super stoked about that. And that's it. We got all kinds of merchandise on there too, so
Nice.
t-shirts and
Some
that sort of thing.
t-shirts and stuff. So
Yeah, I can't get enough of that.
That's it.
Yeah.
And check out all the other Cold Transmission people too. There's some really interesting stuff on there. There's a little flavor for everybody.
So and then you guys got Valley of Vapors coming up. You guys got anything else on the agenda?
Not
coming
right
soon?
now. We're just really kind of being picky about what we're doing at the moment, and just taking it step by step, But we'll have some other stuff on the radar, and if you go to follow us on Facebook, you'll find out all the latest moves we're making.
Yeah, Facebook. You guys got an Instagram. Both White Mansion. Anywhere else you guys are active? People can check out.
Yeah,
I think so.
Facebook,
That's it.
Instagram. Yeah.
Those are the two I play with.
Yeah.
We
Social
have a
media's too
YouTube
much, but-
thing,
That's
but
right,
we're
yeah.
about to release another video soon.
Yeah, we almost released it today, but we were going to hold off. But there's a video for Dreaming coming out in probably a couple of days, maybe on Monday or Tuesday.
Dusty
or
made
something
it.
like that, Yeah.
It looks awesome.
That'll be
I think
It's
it's
really
the best
cool.
one so far.
that'll be
favorite
right
one.
before this comes out. This will come out
Yep.
on Wednesday.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
perfect
Yeah.
timing. So
Awesome.
yeah, check it out. It's probably out. If not, it will be very soon.
It will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And man, thank you guys so much for
Thanks
coming.
for having
Man,
us.
thanks for
Thank you
having
so
us.
much.
It's
Awesome.
been such a nice, fun time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Really cool.
We'll have to do this again.
Yeah,
at some point.
absolutely.
Anyway, you guys know where to find us. All the streaming platforms. Check out the website. We got some shit on sale right now. Buy our shit. We're trying to make room for some new shit. Got a lot of shit in the works. Check it all out, and we'll see you next time. Love you guys.